Many businesses have had to close during the COVID-19 lockdown. For many, no work means no income and no food. Although the government has been attempting to help them out through various financial aid measures and stimulus schemes, it's not quite enough for the needy, especially the immigrant workers. This has spurred various groups of volunteers into action. They have been helping as much as they can, and all of them share a common goal, which is to help people get through this crisis. This Thai style of social support offered by volunteers includes that provided by many expats as well, including Forrest Lee.
And as an expat living here and has been coming to this country since 2017, I'm in a privileged position where I feel like it's part of my social responsibility to help out as much as I can. So I decided to do, just seeing everything that's going on here in Thailand. Like a lot of the people were, with the lockdown, a lot of people were out of work. They needed food. Thailand doesn't have like a social security service, system, like let's say in like Western countries like in the United States, Australia, Canada. They're not afforded government assistance. At the time I was over in Pattaya, and seeing everything that was going on, like with the lockdowns, a lot of people can't find food, a lot of people can't eat. I'm thinking and it just doesn't make sense for me to just to travel around and just create content. I'm like, this is my favorite country in the world. Like I want to at least like do my part in helping the Thai people, And I was always raised by my parents to say, like, if you see somebody that needs help, like help them out. Do something about it. Be selfless and help them out.
As we began giving away boxes of food and water, there was an unsung hero, a volunteer in a blue jacket, who helped organize the lines and distribute food. What surprised me the most was that everyone in line made sure that everyone had food to eat. I was taken aback. Even at their most vulnerable, the Thais are naturally caring and communal group of wonderful people.
Really appreciate this man helping out. It means so much.
During the peak period, the number of new COVID-19 infected cases reached new highs almost every day. Thousands of COVID patients were desperate to get a bed, while the hospitals turned down the new cases because they were full. To prevent the breakdown of the healthcare system, home isolation and community-filled hospitals were introduced and quickly began to function. Forrest raised funds through his follower community on his YouTube channel, and he donated the money to a third-party organization. His financial support covered the cost of renovation at the school in Ekamai, which turned into an isolation center and field hospital.
So through subscriber donation and through just linking up with Bangkok Community Help, we were able to donate or actually replace air conditionings. So there's a school near Ekamai that's repurposed into a field hospital, and one of the buildings is where the nurses sleep at, so they can sleep there in between their shifts helping COVID patients. But that particular nurses' quarters it looked terrible. It wasn't renovated for a long time. The aircon wasn't fixed. The last aircon maintenance was in 1995. And when I heard about that, I was like, that's outrageous. Like, they didn't have the budget or the funds to service that aircon.
Working alongside expat volunteers from the Bangkok Community Health Foundation in his donation project at the isolation center, Forrest was inspired by the dedication of those foreign volunteers. For him, the volunteer work produces beautiful moments amid the bleak situation.
Just seeing how caring and nurturing Thai people really are. Like walking down the street, I would see cars. I would see cars and cars of people, in their sedans and their SUVs, dropping off cases of food and water to the homeless and to the needy and less fortunate. And even some of the homeless people were out facilitating, just telling people to line up, how many boxes of food you need, how much water you need. Everybody was taking care of each other. It was emotional. I was taken aback by it.
you know, it was a beautiful thing to see. It just gave me a whole mix of emotions.